All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Readers. We are continuing our weed sector review looking at Sandal, SNDL, I love calling it Sandal, as well as HITI. I very much have to stress that these two tickers look way better than TLRY and ECB. So it's a little interesting because generally I'm assuming that all the stocks in a sector are going to kind of do the same thing. And when I looked at the TLRY and ACB stocks, I don't know if you watched that video or not, neither of them really looked good. And in all honesty, it actually looked set up like this, but this seems just a little bit better, and I'll talk about the technicals shortly, but real quick, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how this thing is setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There's 2, but there are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself, and then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please like, subscribe, share, comment. Anything you can do with this video really does help with the YouTube algorithms. But I swear, just being here and giving me your time is beyond appreciated, all right? And look, I'm not perfect. I'm not all-knowing. I've got no crystal ball telling me what Monday's going to do. So yeah, if you don't agree with what I got to say, if you got better opinions than me, throw them in the comments. I'm actually not here to hate on your thoughts. And yeah, we're just educated people sharing our opinions here, all right? So look, let's get into it, and a couple things are very much jumping out, but what I'm going to do is something I actually normally don't do on these videos. I want to quickly show some of the major markets, all right? So I'm going to quickly flash the DJ30, the Dow Jones Industrial. Monstrous Thursday, Friday. All right, I'm going to show the SPX, the SP 500. Monstrous Thursday and Friday, all right? I'm going to show you TLRY real quick. Beautiful Thursday, sad Friday, right? That actually kind of pissed me off a little bit. ACB, not monstrous, but hey, it at least does all right. SNDL, Sandal, that's not bad. That's at least better than both, right? So that's kind of what I was talking about when I said this one. And let me just quickly flash HITI just in case you're not going to look at it. Again, same thing, super strong, good candles, right? So these two seem to be doing a little more mimicking of the majors, and to me, that's good. And then again, I think it's really interesting that looking at 4 weed stocks so far, 2 aren't that good, 2 are strong, and not necessarily, okay, let me take that back. They all kind of have the same thing they need to do. They all need to get over this 20 moving average, all right? Sandal very much struggled with that orange line, the 20, all right? TLRY very much struggled with that line. ACB struggled with that line. It just seems like this is a little better position to potentially break it. But again, I was super bullish right here, and it obviously didn't manifest, right? So this is a really hard line to break. Don't just assume it's going to be an easy pop, because let's just zoom out a little bit, right? Like, relatively speaking, you can see pretty much since June of 2002, we've been consistently under the 8 and the 20. And really, as I look at it more, aside from this little couple month window, maybe a 6-month window, we're pretty much always under the moving averages, right? So 8 and the 20 are gonna be no joke to break. We've broken the 8 and we confirmed really nicely. Hopefully Monday can take the 20, all right? One thing I do want to call out is this 50 moving average, all right? Look, I'm not here pretending to know the math on these lines, but this thing is very steadily coming down, right? I think come Monday, I can see the line getting close to, maybe even on this 159. I think this 159 number is going to be really important next week, because it seems like over the next couple days, at least between Monday and let's even say Thursday, whatever, right? I think the red line will go under this. And if you can break 159, you not only break this plateau, you actually get over the 50 moving average. So I really think this 159 is going to be a critical number. I'm going to set an alert at 161. I don't like zeros and fives. I've kind of said that on a couple videos. So, oh no, 51, not 61. Yeah, 61, sorry. I was looking here, not there. So I'm going to skip 160. I'm going to go to 161. I'm just not a fan of zeros and fives. It's just something silly I do, but whatever. But yeah, if we can break this, again, like I said, in my opinion, we'll get over all 3 of them, and hopefully it'll be a good quick ride up to the 100 moving average, because that's a whole mess of red, right? So I think that will be the interesting play here. But look, I wish the MACD was a little more positive, right? But that's a nice little uptrend that it has. I definitely see green over red right there. I wish the RSI was a little better, but again, they're both green over red. And I would at least say, I think this should have been a little bit shittier. I'm surprised that these 2 days didn't make it go up a little more. Again, I'm not pretending to know the math on this RSI, right? But two pretty decent candles and still a downtrend is a little interesting, right? But again, whatever. I'll take a green over red on both. Let's just bring this guy a little more to the positive. And end of the day, this needs to get over 150. It's very arguable that you can set an alert at 151, at least get you over the 50. But honestly, I think breaking this is probably going to be the safer play. So I do like this more than TLRY and ACB. I do hope that the Nasdaq, the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones do well, and hopefully that'll carry these ones as well. You know what I mean? So what's the weekly at? Again, we're still struggling with the 8 moving average. All right, but hey, we're at least close to it. It's just, yeah, again, break 161. I think that really is the moral of this ticker here. 161 gets us over a lot of critical lines on the daily as well as the weekly. So high tide. All right, this is looking interesting. All right, so I was very much starting to get worried. Look at this trend line. All right, trend line does a killer job. All right, and what is it? There's 2 of them, right? One is a little bit longer than the other one. One's from April of 2002. One is from November of 2001. So these 2 diagonal lines. Diagonal. Yes. Wow. I could not separate diagonal and horizontal in my head. This thing loses the 50 but holds the trend line, right? So yeah, I'm not drawing trend lines on a lot of tickers. I am really glad I drew it here because you can see what it does, right? So we are basically in this channel in terms of the trend, and we're obviously still under this. Look, I very much want to break this 200 moving average, right? The alerts I've had were up here, honestly, because of these 2 lines, right? I don't know if we can lower this 150. No, I don't want to lower the 154 because the 154 at least accounts for this plateau right here as well. I'm not going to get rid of this. No. Look, you can very easily argue that an alert can be made at 146. Again, you know how much I love it when you're over all 5 moving averages, right? So very understandable if you want to set an alert, just get me over the 200, right? But yeah, I still think 155, 156 is still the trajectory here. But look, a lot of really good things happening, right? We are over the 8 and the 20. We are in the positive on the MACD. We do have the green over the red. Excuse me. We actually have decent volume the last week, and I love this candle. Why? Look at the box over there. The high was 134. The close was 134. That literally means until the bell ended, people were dying to get more and more. Gimme. You can't buy anymore. The day's over. Like, I love it when the high of the day is the close of the day, right? Like that is a monster candle. Look, it's not the biggest, but I love it, right? And yeah, unfortunately, we've actually seen it a few times. It doesn't really translate into something like monstrous necessarily, but yeah, end of the day, we're at least making our way up, and I'm telling you, if we can get over all 5 moving averages, that would be great. It's really interesting because this is obviously a Canadian stock, but just in case you skip to this, look, SPX, the S&P 500, strong Thursday, Friday, all right? DJ30, Dow Jones Industrial, strong Thursday, Friday. High tide, strong Thursday, Friday. I like that. I really do, you know? So, this has actually been one of the stronger ones of the 4 that I generally cover. This one did have good earnings. This is the one that I was kind of talking about, hopefully breaking them all and going. So high tide, trying to turn around, trying to recover. And hey, look, if this one could do well, maybe it'll be strong enough to bring the other ones up as well, right? So really hoping that the Dow Jones and the S&P 500 continue into next week. Really hope that this one continues. And look, end of the day, I know there's a bunch of my white lines. I really have more weight on these two. For me, the computer generated lines just matter more. Again, I'm super happy my manual one caught this fall, and this line was good, right? I will say that. But yeah, I care a little bit more about these than mine. And yeah, the first test is going to be 140. The next test is going to be 145. And then it hopefully will become a sexy, sexy trade after 145 or 155 like I have right here, right? So, again, I've liked this one. I've talked about wanting to get in on this one. I'm just, we'll call me conservative, whatever. I don't care. I'm waiting for the right moment, right? And again, let's just look at these trend lines on the weekly. This one especially, man, we are so close to breaking it. And you can see how important this 137 actually looks on the weekly, right? So 140 is an important number on the weekly. That's really close, actually, if I'm not mistaken, to this as well. So, hey, maybe 140 is going to be a really interesting number, actually. Again, I still really care about 155, but I'm curious to see what's going to happen on the blue line. And again, this is a really big point right here. We'll break the monster downtrend and this hard resistance, right? So 138, 140, 145 and 155. Those are the key numbers going into next week. Obviously, I gotta say that 126 is where we never want to see. Do not lose me the 50 moving average in red, right? You see the box over there says 127 for the 50. Don't lose the 50 because that's going to get me worried that we're going to come down here and that looks roughly 120-ish, right? So, don't lose 127, that's for sure. But yeah, hopefully up is the goal. And let's be honest, this RSI has a lot of room to go up if it wants. So if momentum's there, this 50 might actually be enough to break both these lines, because hopefully we'll take it to like 60 something to this one and then 70 to 80 something to this one, and then we'll get over. Now look, if we get over, do I generally believe we're going to go up? I don't know. All right. But I would love to break it. I wouldn't mind coming back down and then bouncing on the 200 to actually prove it's ours. All right, that's kind of what I might expect here. But end of the day, let's just get over all this noise, and yeah, sexy trading 155 up would be the goal. And hey, there is a gap fill right here. Obviously, we've had some moments that, like, I'm not necessarily going to focus too much here because we've actually already filled it, right? But you can see in this 154 channel, all we really have is a hard down, hard up, hard down, hard up, hard down. Hopefully we go hard up one more time, right? So this is the strongest of the four. So let's just see how Monday opens. But trade safely out there, and I might actually start doing this stock more than once a week, especially given how strong it's starting to look. So I'll probably play around with that sometime next week. Sorry about that. So again, I appreciate you so much.